This video is sponsored by PoTownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to get the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything, and you can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% on everything on the website. Also, this video is sponsored by Cardmarket.com. Cardmarket is a European platform where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use the referral name ZapDoesTCG to help support the channel. Also, this video is sponsored by YourPlaymat.com. Want to create your own custom playmat? There's only one address. Go check out YourPlaymat.com by clicking the link down below. You'll get 10% off your order. They ship worldwide, so start creating your own custom playmat. Last but not least is Dragon Shield. DragonShield.com is of course the affiliated link down below in the description. You're gonna be able to buy sleeves, deck boxes, as well as binders, and Dragon Shield is the best brand to help protect your cards and keep them safe from any scratches whatsoever. They are the best quality sleeves around, so yeah, I'm a big fan, so thanks for sticking around with the commercials. Let's get it going. What's up YouTube, it's ZapDoesTCG here and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you're gonna get the daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Today we're gonna be talking about a little set review on top of a buy list. We're gonna be going over these cards pretty quickly. If you want to learn in detail about what the most broken cards of Astral Radiance are, be sure to check out the link in the description, which actually gets you to the top 20 best cards of Astral Radiance, which we already taken a look at on the channel. So for now we're gonna be talking about the cards very quickly, and we're going to be saying which cards you actually need to have in your binder because they potentially might be crucial in the competitive TCG. So get your notepad along its way together with a soda and a snack, and let's just get this video out of the way with. So there's 246 cards in the Astral Radiance set. That's also including training card galleries as well as 27 secret rares. Don't get the ultra expensive versions of the cards. If you are interested in yeah, just getting the cards as a collection, you can definitely do that, but the thing you should note is that you can also have regular versions of the cards, like a regular V, and yeah, that's something we definitely have to put aside because people always think like, oh, do I need this full art card? Well, you don't, because there's also regular versions available, sometimes even in promo boxes, which is super good. The pre-release promos are not that good, so I suggest if you have the pre-release promo cards and you're not interested in building or actually collecting these cards, just trade them or sell them because you're gonna use that money to get the cards you really want. First of all, there's a Beedrill in the set. It's gonna be a little set review. I don't expect this to be good. There could be some sort of Gardenia's Vigor in this set that you can just make a Beedrill V deck with, and if you go second, you can just dunk some people with the Swarming Sting, but don't get this. It's probably not gonna be too impactful, so don't get it in your binder. There is, of course, a Hassuyan Voltorb for 0 energies. You can use this attack only if you go second, and if it's your first turn, choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. A very great attack going second, searchable with Lava Ball. So I actually just get 4 copies of Voltorb in your binder because I think in specific decks that always want to go second, you can have energy acceleration when, of course, you're passing your turn. Because if you go second, sometimes that could be if you're playing a lot of air balloons or a way to get the Voltorb into the active position. There's Scoop Up Net, Air Balloon, there's Escape Rope, Switch. So many switching cards out there. You can even utilize Bird Keeper. You can get energy acceleration when you least expect it. Just Lava Ball, get the Hassuyan Voltorb, and get energies onto your field because otherwise you might just get bosses ordered and the Pokemon you just attach an energy to just gets knocked out, and that's why I think Hassuyan Voltorb is good. Hassuyan Electrode, I'm not too big of a fan, so I'm a bigger fan of the Hassuyan Voltorb, by the way. Moving forward, there is a very cute Yanmega. If you want to get 1 copy in your binder, that's fine, just because of the fact it has free retreat, and of course you can summon it with the Zoroark from Evolving Skies, and if you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, you stop 120. So as soon as Golisopod rotates, I think it's the one from Darkness Ablaze if I'm not mistaken, you're gonna be having another grass Pokemon that can hit some serious damage output. With Choice Belt, that's 150. Definitely V-Star territory right there if you're hitting for weakness. Think about Darkrai V-Star, for instance. So get a 1 copy of Yanmega in your binder, slap it around, it's gonna be good. Then I suggest getting the 2-2 line of Kricketune, and for good reason. Kricketune allows you to get 40 additional HP for each of your grass Pokemon. So every one of your grass Pokemon gets 40 additional HP, excluding the Kricketune here, so it's still gonna be a weak HP Pokemon. Cool thing is, you can search it out with Lava Ball, and having more HP is good. Think about more HP HP onto your Hassuyan Lilligant V-Star, or maybe onto your Leafeon V-Max. Everything's possible. Having additional HP is very good. Moving forward, Vespiquen. I'm not a believer of the deck. This could be a fun rogue deck, but I'm not a big believer, so don't put it in your binder. Unless you are, of course, a true believer of the Vespiquen deck. So, moving forward, there's also another Shaman here. If you go, you can only use it if you go second, search your deck for up to 3 cards, put them in hand. Not good because of Marnie, so don't bother about putting this in your binder. Then, Lilligant V-Star. Lilligant V-Star, what am I gonna say? There is Gardenia's Vigor, allow you to accelerate grass energies from the hand to it instantly if it's on the bench. You're gonna be able to, of course, utilize its attack, 130 damage, and you may return an energy card attached to this Pokemon, slap 100 more. That's 230. With Choice Belt, you're hitting to 260. Is there a way, maybe with some quick shooting, you can get some KOs on V-Star Pokemon? Like Arceus does have 280, sometimes with a big charm even to 310, so I don't know, maybe get a 2-2 line of Hisuian Lilligant V-Star in your binder, because at one point it might be actually pretty good. This is also a pretty great Pokemon to lead off with. For 0 energies you can draw cards until you have 6 cards in hand, so you can play out your entire hand, and if this Pokemon is in the active slot, you can just draw cards. The problem I see is that it's not comparing to the power skill level, like Mew VMAX just instantly gets for huge damage. This needs Gardenia's Vigor, needs to get the energies in hand, and then only slaps 230. Still needs Choice Belt to just get more damage off, so that's 260. I don't know, even with like Scoop Up Nut and Zigzagoon, you couldn't get, of course, get to 280, but it's not the biggest card ever, so if you're not a believer of Hisuian Lilligant V-Star, disregard it entirely. There are way better archetypes out there. It is still going to be a tier 2 deck regardless, because of how good Gardenia's Vigor is. So I wouldn't add too many copies in your binder, just start off with a 2-2 line and see if it actually sees play in the first place. Moving forward, Heatran VMAX and Heatran V. There are some ways we could utilize Heatran VMAX with, of course, the help of some healing cards. There's a lot of healing cards in the format, and if there's a stadium card in play, which most of the time, if you have a stadium card in play, I think that's gonna be depending on how it is translated, because if it's only working if it's your stadium, it's gonna be pretty bad. But let's say there's just a stadium card at play, you can just slap, you can heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. It already has 330 HP. We have the Heat Fire Energy, putting it to 350 HP. There's cards like DTE Hyper Potion, so you could be making a wall kind of deck with Heatran VMAX. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but probably don't put it in your binder. But it could be a rogue pick out of nowhere. Definitely get a Radiant Heatran. Even though it's not the best Radiant card, Radiant cards are only cards you can have a one-off in your deck, just like the old school Ace Pack cards back in the day. You can only have one, so pick wisely. Most of the time people will get the Greninja in their deck because it's just so bonkers. But this could be good if you're playing a fire deck. You can actually get this off. 70 damage for every damage counter on this Pokemon. You could take a hit with like Cape of Toughness. This actually has 210 HP. Just let yourself get hit and just go crazy. You have, of course, the Magma Basin from Brilliant Stars, allowing you to accelerate energies to it. You have ways to like the old Gay Bow or something like that. It's a stadium. If you slap something on the bench, you get damage. So lots of ways out, and I think it might see some surprising play here and there. So we're going over these cards very quickly. Definitely get a one-off Starmie, maybe even 2 copies of Starmie. Starmie is good because of the fact you're going to be able to punish decks that have a lot of energies in play. 50 damage for every energy the opponent has in play. So that's going to be insane. If an Arceus uses Trinity Nova, you can respond instantly with a Starmie V, Melanie Attachment Boom, or maybe utilize the Palkia VSTAR's ability to get the energies on whatever way possible. Starmie is good. Don't sleep on this card. Get 1 or 2 copies in your binder because it's going to be good, and it has also free retreat as an additional bonus. Moving forward, there is some bulk cards over here. If you're a believer of the Regis, by all means get them in your binder, but I think it's not good. Don't get them if you're just trying to just be pure meta competitive wise. You don't need the Regis. Next up, Origin Forme Palkia V and Origin Forme Palkia VSTAR. Get 3-4 copies of this in your binder. It's going to be the next tier 1 archetype that people will be playtesting against and playtesting with because it's just that broken. You could utilize the VSTAR power. Once during your turn, you may utilize this ability. Attach up to 3 water. Actually, you can only use 1 VSTAR power a game, so be wisely when you utilize it. Attach up to 3 water energy from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way that you like. You can power up whatever attack. Never worry about, oh, I don't have the necessary energies. I threw away all my energies. The opponent used Crushing Hammer. Scratch that, you can just utilize this ability, Star Portal, get the energies in play and slap for huge damage because Spatial Swell slaps 60 damage plus 20 more for every bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent. So it's like Blizzard Rondo on steroids. You could use Choice Belt on it for more damage output. You could be utilizing an Inteleon engine for more quick shooting, for more damage output. This is going to be an insane card. You could utilize Echoing Horn to just force the opponent to bench more Pokemon. It's going to be one-shotting V-Stars easily, and it's a very great card, so definitely get your hands on it. Moving forward, these are all pretty average, I would say. Get a Radiant Greninja, the best Radiant we've gotten from the set Astral Radiance. It's insane. It's Make Do on a basic. You could utilize Quick Ball, get Greninja Radiant out of the deck and utilize its ability. Once during your turn, you can discard a basic energy from your hand, actually an energy card from the hand. It doesn't need to be basic, it seems. Just discard an energy card from the hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. A lot of decks need energies in the discard pile. Think about the Palkia VSTAR we just mentioned. Think about Dark Patch being in this set for Dark Pokemon. Think about maybe even you're playing a Fluffy deck now with the Greninja to get energies in the discard pile. Whatever it is, it's going to be huge. You can also activate your Raihan that way. If you don't have energies in your discard pile, get it in the discard pile, utilize Raihan. You could also utilize Scoop Up Net, so to just reuse the ability. Whatever, this is going to be a broken card. Basic Make Do, yeah, count me in. It's going to be busted. I think this is one of the best, if not the best card of the set. So definitely get 1 copy. You don't need more because you can only add 1 Radiant card in your entire deck. Then there are some cute cards for control maybe here and there, but I'm not a believer, so don't put them in your binder. Hassuyan Typhlosion V-Star. This actually is pretty good, but is, of course, in this current format, with a lot of darkness Pokemon in the format, it keeps getting better. We already have Baby Galarian Moltres, we have Galarian Moltres V, we have Hoopa V, we have Malamar V Max, which gets better in this set. Too much darkness around to counter Mew V Max, and Hassuyan Typhlosion V-Star gets caught in the crossfire, so if you're not a believer, don't put it in your binder, but if you are gonna test this out, you only need a 2-2 line of Typhlosion because of the fact you're gonna be, of course, utilizing its V-Star power once, and bam, if the opponent has 4 damage counters, it is instantly knocked out. Could be combined with stuff like, for instance, the Dragapult VMAX. A Healing Engine of Togekiss. Not a believer because, Inteleon already is sometimes difficult to find all the puzzle pieces. And you utilize Shady Dealings, and then you can get out the other squad. With Togekiss, not that much. You are gonna clunk up so much into your deck that your deck is gonna be feeling very inconsistent. Although this heals. If you slap down Togepi on the bench, heal 10. If you evolve into Togetic, you heal 30. If you evolve into Togekiss, you heal 90. In some strange world, maybe you're playing Gardevoir VMAX or whatever. If you want to be healing out like crazy, DTE Hyper Potions is still better than forcing your deck to have so many jank into it that the opponent will marn you into Togekiss, Togetic, and another Togetic, and you're gonna say like, my deck is terrible. So I'm not a believer. Don't put it in your binder. Moving forward, yeah, no, you don't need any of this. You also don't need any of that. These are very clunky. Diancie. I am a believer of Diancie. Get 3 copies into your binder as a bare minimum because Diancie could be the way in certain decks to actually make them viable. As long as this Pokemon is in the active slot, you're going to be able to prevent the opponent from playing a supporter card that affects your bench. So you're not going to be bosses ordered, right? And people that play control will love this card. You're now safe from getting boss sorted. Also opens the door to some Intrepid Sword plays once again to have hand control until you're ready to just go crazy. Although Marnie's still a thing in the format, you're not going to get bosses ordered, which is awesome. So this is a great card. Moving forward, we have a Weirder, drawing 1 card. Not good enough, unfortunately. Don't get it in your binder. Hassuyan Arcanine, don't get it in your binder. But the next set, Dark Fantasia, or whatever the name is in English, there's a good Hassuyan Arcanine coming very shortly. Machamp VMAX, it's another one of those VMAX Pokemon that just is great because of its typing. Having the fighting type is great. If any of your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on it, you slap 220. Is it better than a 2-price Lucario V-Star? That is still on debate. Although 240 and his damage output with Choice Belt and Zigzagoon can get you some crazy KOs here and there. Everybody's still playing Dunsparce, so I'm not a believer of Machamp VMAX, to be honest. Moving forward, a new Lucario that can discard special energy from your opponent's active. Maybe you want to have this one in addition Yeah, there's still a Lucario V out there, but maybe this could be better. If you're still playing DTE regardless, you could be discarding Special Energy. So if you're already playing Lucario V-Star, you might get it. If not, don't get it. Hawlucha Radiant, definitely get one copy. You can only have one of them in your deck, so only one copy is sufficient. Slapping additional 30 damage to your opponent's VMAX Pokemon in the active slot. So you're going to be able to slap more damage, which is good. Ice Rider can now hit 310 easily. Hawlucha Choice Bell, boom, Mew VMAX is done, unless they have a Oricorio. There is a Hassuyan Decidueye V, which I think might be interesting to put in your deck. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them in hand. There's also disattack damage isn't affected by any effects on the opponent. So yeah, this could be interesting. If you're still playing fighting in your deck, you can get any 2 cards you want. On top of the Hisuian Decidueye V-Star, during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 8 cards in hand. This ability is very good, and maybe for that reason you can have a 2-2 line in your binder. At one point it might be very good. There is of course this attack, Somersault Feather, 160 damage. You may discard up to 3 energies. That's going to be 90 in total additional damage you're willing to have extra. You can discard 3 energies from your hand, so that's 90 as an additional buff, turning it into 50 attack. It's a 2-price Pokemon Choice Belt. You can get some interesting numbers, but with DTE you're lowering your damage output. I would get a 2-2 line. I have some, in a specific deck, this actually might work out. Definitely for the consistency part. Is it better than Arceus V-Star? That's definitely something to be questioned. Cleavor V. Not needing that. Although the V-Star has an interesting way of dealing out huge damage. All the rest of these cards are super mediocre. Also, Hisuian Sneasler, don't need it. Mightyena, I suggest getting 2 copies of that. Maybe with some Poo channels on top. This is just a common Pokemon. Because of this fella being able to one-hit KO Mew VMAX. I probably would only only get 2 copies of Mightyena just because Zoroark is out there. And Zoroark can transform into this guy. And surprise Mew VMAX players out of nowhere. The problem I immediately see is that he slapped 160 damage, right? So if the opponent, like the Mew VMAX, has an Oricorio, you would need a Choice Belt, and that makes things very difficult if you don't get the Choice Belt in time. Although if you have the Choice Belt, you can one-hit KO Mew VMAX instantly for 0 energies, because if the opponent has any VMAX in play, you can attack for 0 energies. 3 cardless energies less, unless there's something like a Prism Star card or whatever like back in the days that ups the energy attack cost. But for now, 0 energies to use 160. Solid. Very, very solid. Darkrai V-Star. What can I say? Darkrai V-Star is good. Don't get me wrong. It is a great archetype, but not tier 1. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but there are better V-Star or better Darkness Pokemon out there. With Choice Belt and Dark Patch in the format, I think that Galarian Moltres V is the star of the Darkness box show. You could be playing maybe like Galarian Moltres V with some baby Galarian Moltres, which can now power up with Dark Patch as well. I think those are going to be their own deck, and Darkrai is going to be like the secondary attacker, I would say. I know there's still a Chilling Reign Wheezing, which doubles the energies onto it, which allows for a huge damage output, because the Dark Pulse attack slaps 30 damage plus 30 more for every Darkness Pokemon you have attached to all of your Pokemon. So that can double up very, very quickly. The problem I see is people will gust up that Galarian Wheezing, and you have to start from scratch. Getting to one-hit KO potential is possible because the V-Star allows you to get 2 item cards back from your discard pile. So Dark Patch, use the Radiant Greninja, get some more energies in the discard pile, draw more cards. V-Star ability, more Dark Patches. So I don't know. It's a great archetype, but not tier 1, because Ice Rider can knock it out. Even Mew VMAX can knock it out. Although Mew VMAX will have a run for its money with so many Darkness Pokemon now being able to hit them easily. Yeah, good deck. Yeah, I would have to say only a 3-2 line of Darkrai V-Star. You don't need more. You don't actually need more because of the fact that there are going to be better Darkness options available. So you don't need to get the full package out there. Alright, Hassuyan Samurott V-Star is a great card. A 3-2 line, I would put that in my binder over Darkrai, to be honest, because I'm seeing more capabilities and more combos with the Moon Cutting Star V-Star power. Once during your turn, you may put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. very huge because you could utilize Galarian, Zigzagoon, and Scoop Up Net to just donk people out of nowhere, get rid of their Subble. You could be getting a turn 2 Yoga Loop out of nowhere. You could be utilizing this to then finish off opponents because you already, if the opponent already has damage counters, you slap 220 with that attack. So with the 4 damage out there, that's 260. With a Choice Belt, this is going to be knocking out Arceus VSTAR. So very great typing as well for the Mew V Max matchup. Being able to one-hit KO in case easily, like, this is a great card. You need it. The rest of them, not a big believer of it, to be honest. There is a Heat-proof Bronzong again, but this will only become good if Fire ever gets tier 1. Dialga Origin VSTAR. I've seen some decks working out in Japan utilizing the Diancie we talked about. Utilizing Zacian and Bronzong to get energies into play, that is an option. Or you could be utilizing Arceus VSTAR to get damage, actually to get energies onto it. Chrono Star allows you to slap 220 and allows you to go again next turn. So you have an additional turn. Could be checkmate scenarios, Echoing Horn, bossing again, slapping more damage. Having 280 HP as well. It is a pretty solid archetype, but I personally would not include it in the binder. I don't know. I'm a bigger believer of Palkia, and this seems way slower, right? Seems a little bit too good to be true, right? And if you're giving up so many prize cards on Diancie, is going twice in a row even necessary? There is a Bisharp, which I think could be pretty great. Get yourself a 4 tree line of the Bisharp. Could also be utilizing Zoroark, to be honest, because the Pawniard says is not too great, but the attack on Bisharp. 30 damage plus 30 more for every damage counter on your bench Pawniard. And with the Gape Jaw Bog, you can slap down your Pawniards until your heart's content. If there's 4 of them with damage, for each damage counter on your bench Pawniard. So 20, 20, 20, 20. That's 8 times 3 is 240, 270 already. Crazy. You're gonna say, like, how do you even get the Bisharp in play if there's 4 Pawniard on your bench? That's where the Zoroark from Evolving Skies comes in once again. You transform into Bisharp, 270 for 1 attachment, and what world is that not good? Even with like some Scoop Up Nets or Zigzagoon pings or maybe just Choice Belt in general, you can get some ridiculous damage output. I think this is good. On territory part of Rapstrike Malamar, so you have to get this in your binder. Other than that, yeah, I don't see a world. Yeah, the Hoot is pretty cute. As long as this Pokemon is in play, basic energy attached to your bench Pokemon can be discarded. So you have Crushing Hammer protection in a basic form. Yeah, if Crushing Hammer ever becomes too solid, just get a one-off Hoot in your binder. Just do it. Okay. Alright, what else do we have? Miltank. Get 4 copies of Miltank in your binder because Miltank is the new walling Pokemon and it cannot get damaged by V Pokemon, V Maxes, V Stars altogether. So you protect all that damage, you can put a Cape of Toughness on that. It's gonna be a great Pokemon. It also is allowing you to attack for a DTE or a Twin Energy. Yeah, the new walling Pokemon is there. I know Max Miracle is a thing, but with Cape of Toughness, you can make this guy pretty tanky. And if the Mew V Max is running out of, like, for say, power tablets, they're gonna have a hard time to knock out 4 Miltanks. Let's be honest. And if that happens, you can be sharing scaring until your heart's content. Maybe pairing it up with Blizzy V is something I've seen working out. It is going to be great. Maybe get a one-off Oranguru, which allows you to get 2 tool cards straight from the get-go. Not the greatest card ever, but I still see a world where you can get, like, Elemental Badge or whatever tool card that you desperately need. Turn 2 could be a thing. When, of course, the Shady Dealings Drizzle engine gets rotated. And then there's Weirder V. Once during your turn, when you move to the active, you can move any number of energies to it. 40 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. So you Trinity Nova, you still survive, you absorb all the energies, and Weirder slaps for a huge one-hit KO. Get a one-off in your binder. Alright, now we're up to the trainers. I always suggest getting 4 off of every single item card if you're getting, like, packs and stuff. Because at one point they might become good. But if you're just getting singles, listen up, folks. I'm not a big believer of Adaman because Crasher Wake didn't work in its time. The Concealing Cologne, get 2 copies because that allows you to, yeah, the opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities during this turn. So that could mean you can go through Miltank, you can go to Gerulodon, even if you have special energies, Decidueye, Altaria, etc. You can use to get through abilities during 1 turn. Make it count. Get 2 copies, maybe get a way to get them back, but 2 copies should be sufficient. You don't want to over attack against walling decks. Not good. Flip Celine. Flip 2 coins for each head. Search your deck. Search your card. Actually, search your card from your discard pile and put it on top of your deck in any order. think this is good. Even on coin flips, getting cards back from the discard pile, this could be a reliable way to get back power tablets or fusion energies. So, and also, yeah, sometimes you don't need to use Alessa and Boss because you already established everything. This could be a one of them UV Max. Get one copy of this for the memes of it. Get 4 copies of Dark Patch. It is utterly insane. Getting, of course, Energy Acceleration on Bench Darkness Pokemon from the discard pile is huge. Energy Lotto, get 2 copies. It might see some play in specific decks that want to just play like 4 special energies and nothing else. Feather Ball, I'm not a big believer, although you could be getting some copies as mentioned. Gape Jaw Bog, get 4 copies because as soon as Hassuyan Zoroark VSTAR comes to the scene in the next set, you're gonna need those and they might be up in price by then. So get 4 copies while they're fresh. Gardenia's Vigor, get 4 copies. Energy Acceleration for Grass is now a thing. Like stuff like Zarude V might become playable out of nowhere. Grant is a unique supporter. Maybe get like 1 or 2 copies because it actually is pretty interesting. During your turn, fighting type Pokemon do 30 more damage. And the cool thing is you can also actually summon this from the discard pile or just play them UV Max for the memes of it. Once during your turn, if this card is in your discard pile, this is a unique effect by the way, you may discard 2 cards from your hand and then get it into your hand. So in a weird world, if you're playing this in UV Max, you could be just utilizing it to just tin Battle VIP passes from the hand. Just make sure it is in the discard pile early on, and then Grant can make sure you can discard some more cards from hand. Then you use Quick Bolt, put it in the discard pile again, and then you can utilize the effect of it. It's a strange effect without utilizing the supporter, so very cool. Gutsy Pickaxe is super huge. Get 4 copies because it allows you to accelerate fighting type energy. So not only that, if anything goes just bad, you can just draw a card. Reveal the top card of your deck. It's a fighting energy. You can attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Otherwise, you just put it in hand. So very great to just make your 60 card deck a 56 card deck. Hassuyan Heavy Ball V, got 1 copy because this is gonna be, or maybe 2 copies if you're playing Durant, because this allows you to search your deck for, actually search your prize cards for a basic Pokemon. You find her and swap it with this card. Huge for Durant, or if you're playing a lot of one-offs, this could also be huge. Irida, or Irida, yeah. Getting 3 copies of this is not going to be bad because it allows you to search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. Rare Candy and Ludicolo, how about it? A very great card, can scout out with Shady Dealings. And sometimes you don't even need Melanie with the huge busted effect of Palkia VSTAR. The Jubilife Village, I don't think it's going to be good. Once during the play, if they shuffle the hand into deck, draw 5 cards, your turn ends, I think playing Snorlax is better. But I could be wrong, maybe get 3 copies just in case. Kamalo, not good. Roxanne, get 2 copies. This is going to be the comeback card of the century. You can search it out with Shady Dealings, you can search it out with Luminion. It's going to be great. Put the opponent to 3 cards. First of all, you can only play this if the opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Then both players shuffle their hand to their deck. The opponent gets 2 cards, you get 6. Not only do you just have a solid supporter in the late game to freshen up your hand, you put the opponent to 2 cards. With, of course, stuff like Malamar VMAX in the same format and Path to the Peak, you could be crippling the opponent's hand. A fantastic comeback supporter. Super effective glasses, get 2 copies or whatever, or maybe 3. It's going to be fantastic to hit 3 times weakness against specific archetypes. Yeah, some counterbox decks could use this for sure. Other than that, this switch card allows you to switch your Pokemon. And if you switched your basic Pokemon, yeah, switch your active basic Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you're only playing basics in your deck, this is an upgrade to switch and allows you to heal 30 damage from the Pokemon you switch to the bench. So interesting for sure. Temple of Sinnoh, maybe 4 copies. This is a huge stadium card, neutralizing all special energies and turning them into carless. So just like the Dusknoir from Vivid Voltage. Very good, although the opponent could just counteract with, of course, his own stadium. If you utilize stuff like Roxanne on top of Temple of Sinnoh, all special energies become carless energies. Hilarious, right? You could be shutting down entire decks with that. Track and Shoes, one of my favorite item cards in this set. Get 4 copies. It is just like Acro Bike, but a little bit less good. Look at the top card of your deck. You can put that card in your hand, or you can discard it and draw another card. So you run through your deck, basically. So, which is good. You're going to be discarding Darkness energies and the Dark Box decks, etc. Very, very cool. Other than that, that's it for the Buylist, to be honest. You don't need actually anything else unless you want to have like Jirachi V, which is only available as a full art in this set. Very beautiful full art, might I add. When your basic V Pokemon is knocked out by damage from your opponent's attack, you can choose 1 basic energy from that knocked out Pokemon and move it to another Pokemon. So in basic focus decks, this could be interesting. Other than that, you don't need, these are all alternate arts. They're super beautiful, but just will run your money dry. There's also the gallery, trainer gallery set here with some beautiful arts in there, but you can just have the normal arts in other sets. But yeah, these are like sometimes chase cards for people, like the golden cards and the beautiful artworks that we have come to see from the trainer gallery. It's also part of, look at this Melanie, Garchomp, Zamazantalization, Galarian Moltres. So lots of fantastic things for everybody to love in Astral Radiance. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video running through the cards you should get in your binder for Astral Radiance. A huge set coming out next week. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know by slapping the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. Go and let me know in the comments below what you really want from the set. What is your personal chase card? I really want to know down below. Go check out our sponsors as well, PokeTownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. You can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off, and they will have Astral Radiance available very, very shortly. There's also cardmarket.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapDoesTCG. There's Dragon Shield for, of course, sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. There's an affiliate link down below. And there's, last but not least, yourplaymat.com, where you're able to create your own custom playmat from scratch. You can get 10% off by clicking the link down below, and they ship worldwide. So definitely check it out if you're interested in creating your own playmat. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace!